In this video, we will be printing this pattern in 3 or more ways from basic to advanced. So first of all, we will be using a method, the most basic one, using two loops, one for the rows and the inner loop for the columns. We'll be putting the values in the range in just a minute and print the pattern. Okay, the value of capital A in the ASCII standard start from 65, which means that the value of capital E is 69. Okay, so remember these values. We will be using character conversion to convert this integer into capital A. Okay, so in the outer loop, as you can see that the values are going from A to E, which means that the ASCII values are going from 65 to 69. So the outer loop will go from 65 to 1 less than 70, that's 69, because this is not included value. In the inner loop, you can see that when I is equal to 65, it's running only once, the inner loop. When I is equal to 66, it's running twice, then 3 times, then 4 times I is equal to 68, and when I is equal to 69, the inner loop is running 5 times. So if we try to understand this, let's consider 65 is equal to 1 and the loop will go from 1 to 5. Okay, and when I is equal to 1, it's executing once, I is equal to 2, it's executing 2 times, I is equal to 3, inner loop is executing 3 times, and so on. So you get the picture. It means that the inner loop must go from 65 to I, and we have to add a 1 to it so that I is included. Okay, when I is equal to 65, the inner loop will execute only once in the range here 65 to not inclusive 65 plus 1 66. That means 66 is not included. The loop will go from 65 to 65. Okay, it means only once. And when I is equal to 66, the inner loop will go from 65 to 66, that is 2 times, printing B. Okay, so in the print statement, we are using a character conversion of the ASCII value, that is we have I, because the inner loop values are not changing, they are the same. What we have to do is print the values which are in the outer loop. Okay, and type a comma here and equals, in single quotes type a space if you want to separate the columns. Enter backspace and print, so that after the execution of this loop we start from the next line, as the end will not allow us to start from the next line. So that's why we have used the print statement here. And let's execute it, and here you can see that the required pattern is being printed. Now in the method 2, we are going to reduce the number of loops, so we will be just using a single loop here. And let's start a while loop from here. I equals to 0. While loop will go until I is less than 5. So the values of I will range from 0 to 4. Okay, and in the print statement, we are going to convert the integer into the character so that we have these A, B, C, D and E printed. So what do we add to I so that it becomes 65? So we just add 65 to I, and in the first iteration 0 plus 65 is 65, and the character conversion of 65 is A. So we have A printed here, but we want to print it I number of times. So let's make it 1 to make it easier by typing here I, otherwise we have to type I plus 1 and make it 6 and make it 64. Okay, so we start from I is equal to 1 to 5, that is less than 6, and we add 64 to I to get the output here. 64 plus 1 65, and the character conversion is A, capital A. Okay, and we multiply it by I, the number of times we want it to be repeated. I is equal to 2, in the second row it will be repeated 2 times. Okay, the capital B from here after character conversion. And let's also add a space in here, parenthesis, closing and opening here, and increment the value of I and execute it. And here you can see that we have the required pattern, isn't it? So in the next method, we are just going to convert this while loop into the for loop. So we are going to use just a for loop here for I in range 1 to 6 and use the same print statement from here. Just copy it and execute it, and we have the required pattern right here in just 2 lines and 1 single loop. Earlier we had 4 lines and 2 loops. Now we have just a single loop and 2 lines. We can also use one more method by using a string. Type the alphabets in the string, use a for loop using an enumerate function for I, j in enumerate, and type the string s in here in the enumerate as a parameter. And now type the print statement here. I is the index of the element in the string and j is the value at that index. Okay, so when I is equal to 0, j will be a, and similarly. Okay, so we want to print j with a space, and how many times do we have to print it? When I is equal to 0, we have to print it 1 time when the loop executes for the first time. So in here you have to multiply it by I plus 1. Alright, so when j is equal to a in the first iteration of the loop, I will be equal to 0, so we want to print it for 1 time. So we added 1 to it, and when j is equal to b, I will be equal to 1, and we want to print b for 2 times, so that's why we added 1 to I. Okay, so you understand this, and let's execute this, and here we have the same required pattern. So now we have 4 ways to print this required pattern. Okay, and the most better way is to use this one. Just 2 lines we got the required pattern, and with a single loop, so it also increased our efficiency and decreased the program size. Please subscribe to support PyProTricks, and that's it for now.
Thank you for watching. Now it's time to discover more. Simply click on the screen to subscribe to our channel and watch another video to discover more.